Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to tell you all about the latest album from the Novelists, C'est La Vie, out January 24th on Sharptone Records. This album has 9 tracks, 37 minutes in length, and this is the band's third full-length studio album. The title of the album gives a sense of resignation. C'est La Vie. It is what it is. The music in it is far from it. Far from it. This is a band that, in my opinion, has always taken steps forwards and upwards with every single release, this one being no different. I really feel like this one is not only a step forward, it's really a leap forward as far as the progression of the band is concerned. This album overall has a great fluidity to it, and it has a very unique style and approach, which is allowing the album to have very different songs with very different song structure, and at the same time still allowing the album to be as one. Think about it as a family dynamics. You have a family in this case with 9 children, 9 tracks, 9 children, with every single one of them being very different, having a different personality, a different approach, a different look, a different feel, but they're still part of one solid family. There's still DNA within all of them that combines them together, that groups them together, that keeps them together. This album feels like that to me. The moment I listened to it, I really felt it was a combination of very 9 unique and different tracks, but at the same time they all belong together. There's elements that unifies these 9 individual tracks. The album also has the ability to be introspective and outgoing at the same time. This allows the record to have this Jekyll and Hyde dynamic to it, this Jekyll and Hyde emotion. One moment you're on top of the world, you're feeling very confident about yourself. The next moment you're really having a lot of self-doubt. This not only happens on a song-by-song cases, but it also happens within the same songs. There is that roller coaster ride of emotions, not only within tracks, but then overall within the feel of the album. Now, the way they can transport this to you, the listener, in my opinion, has a lot to do with the blend of their sound. Combining metalcore with progressive metal really allows them to create this really unique atmospheric soundscapes that allows your mind to travel into these different zones. It allows you to be introspective and outgoing within the same track and then overall within the same album. I don't think without that combination of genres, it would be really hard for an album to be this fluid, this dynamic, to have this much variables and still work as a whole. Vocals, I really love the clean vocals. I love the harsh vocals, but I really love the clean vocals. The clean vocals are very haunting. They're beautiful, they're haunting. They really transport you into the world within the walls of the song. They're very welcoming. You kind of feel a little bit of empathy with a song, with the lyrics. You start to feel like perhaps that those are your words. So the clean vocals on the record really have that ability to just bring you in and caress you on the way in, while the harsh vocals bring a lot of intensity and aggression. Those two elements really work well with that emotional roller coaster that the album has, because it allows you to use the clean vocals for the more introspective moments of the songs, and then allows the harsh vocals to be used for the more outgoing outburst of energy, outburst of feelings and emotions part of the songs. So I really like how they used the clean and the harsh vocals, how they sometimes permeate between one and the other, almost giving a sense of your brain thinking, of you talking, and while you're talking there's this demon on your shoulder telling you something, or there's this angel on your shoulder telling you something. So the use of the vocals on the album is really well put together, not just using harsh and clean vocals for the sake of having that dynamic, but using them in order to really emphasize the atmosphere, but more important, the emotions that each single song carries forward with its lyrics and its sound. Now, as far as the overall feel of the album, I felt this album has a heartbeat. It's captivating, and in my opinion is one of those records that really kidnaps you. It takes your soul into it, and you just feel completely adrift within its music. It has that very unique ability to do that, and that to me was one of the aspects of the record that really stayed with me throughout the record. But even after I listened to the record, I just felt that I felt like I just had been on this really incredible journey without leaving my room. Now, as far as songs are concerned, I want to start off with Deep Blue. The clean vocals in this song leading into the harsh vocals, and then the harsh vocals kind of falling into the background. This song has a very interesting vocal dynamic, because it starts off with clean vocals with the harsh vocals almost behind it, almost working as a backing layer in the first verse, and then in the second verse they change that dynamic. The dynamic is reversed. You have the harsh vocals in the forefront, and then you have the clean vocals in the background, working as almost backing vocals to those harsh vocals. So that to me is a great dynamic for this song. One of the reasons that I was really captivated to this track was how they use the clean and harsh vocals, how they use that dynamic, and how they reverse those roles from one verse to the other. Has a very melodic chorus with a great guitar riff. The vocals in the chorus are absolutely incredible. They add so much melody to the music that the chorus has, makes the chorus so impactful. It's really a breaking point within the track, and the layers that it has, the layers not only to the volume, to the music, but more important, the layers within the vocal tracks are extremely important. This is a song that, in my opinion, really rotates itself around how the vocals come at you and how they use the vocals in order to get the best emotions out of the track. Great song all around. Next, Lilly, a track that has the vocals once again are a driving force in this song, but they're not the only element within this song, but they're definitely one of the driving forces behind Lilly. The clean and harsh have the ability to be layered all the time, and that gives a lot of melody, that gives a lot of passion, that gives a lot of emotion, and you're able to be introspective and outgoing almost simultaneously. I know it sounds really weird, but the way the vocals are layered together really gives that sense. It really creates a thicker wall of sound, making the music feel almost stripped down. The vocals on this track have that ability to really make the song feel less powerful musically, just because they're so captivating and they're so strong together. The harsh vocals, in my opinion, are really an igniter of intensity, while the clean vocals really stabilizes the song and really brings the mood down and brings the track down. The song is perhaps one of the best showcases throughout the whole record of how powerful the vocals on this album are. You listen to this song and you really get a glimpse of how unique their approach is to their vocal tracks and how much they get out of the vocals, really becoming not only one extra instrument, really becoming two extra instruments when you consider the clean and the harsh. Oh yeah, and one thing before I go on this song, great solo. My favorite of the album is on this track. It's absolutely magnificent, it's beautiful, it's dynamic. It really brings the mood that the song has into that solo and then lets that solo go back out into the track. I absolutely love the guitar solo on Lilly. Last, Kings of Ignorance, a very different track. This is one of those tracks that have some elements that you're going to see throughout the record, but it also has a lot of different elements that you're not going to find on any other song on the record. It has a very psychedelic undertone to it. It has it at the moment the song starts, and it really stays with the song throughout. Sometimes more in the forefront, sometimes more in the background. More so in the background, I would say, than in the forefront, with the exception of the opening seconds of the song. But it really has this psychedelic undertone to it. The harsh vocals in this song really give intensity to the track, but it keeps... but the song gains intensity from the vocals, but that psychedelic underbelly stays there. It's almost always there, underneath it all. It's like a very low layer within the layers of this track, and I really like that because it really gave this song a different nuance. It gave the song a different vibe, a different feel. The clean vocals in the chorus sees the intensity dip a little bit because you add the clean vocals to the chorus. Obviously, it's gonna feel like the intensity is being taken out of the song when you compare it with the harsh vocals in the verses. But it's just a dip. It's really not that big. It's really not that noticeable. You feel like there's a certain dip there, but it's very little. It just gives the song a groove almost. It gives the song a little bit of a speed bump. The song has that up and down feel between verses and chorus throughout, because you get the more melodic approach in the chorus, you get the more intensity in the verses. So there's always this up and down feel from that perspective, but it's not necessarily very noticeable at times. The song hides it well with all the layers that it has. To me, that's the best way to describe it. If you take away a lot of the layering that this song has musically and vocally, you would feel those nuances a lot more drastic. They would be a lot more sharp. Those ups and downs would be a lot more abrupt, if you will. But with all the layers that they put on the track, both musically and vocally, those nuances are mitigated, and you don't feel that there's as much of an abrupt change here and there. Great song, great dynamic, and those psychedelic elements, in my opinion, were really something that took this song to a whole new level. Alright guys, this is it. This is Novelists, C'est la Vie, out January 24th on Sharptone Records. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the singles. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.